Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will have the football first. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Caught behind the line. It's Robinson.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on third down. He'll keep it himself. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked. Maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play over.
Which is illegal. You don't. That's fine. Well, that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Fires one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. And all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Punt is on its way. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. So Clemson's offense will go to work for the first time today. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games,
is because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator, giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Clemson will send the punt team out. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. To the air, it's Castellanos. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
The give is to Williams. He breaks a tackle. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle our guys.
Gonna try to get it himself. At midfield, he's got room. Breaks into the open. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Here comes the heat. Got rid of it just in time.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Fires downfield. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Noles will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. He's got him. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Williams. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Offense gets set for second down. They'll run it from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
Quick completion to the right. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Klubnik was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reese, and he's played big in big games as of late. You think back to last year's ACC championship game, and then I would argue his game against Texas, even in the loss in the playoff, that might have been his best game of the season, making throw after throw. You can see why he was so highly recruited, and if he plays up to that standard week in, week out, Clemson's going to be really tough to beat.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
It's really nice to see this offense bounce back. That first possession, man, they go 3 and out. They really struggled, and now starting to put a drive together, get their feet a little bit wet. Now you can see they're starting to get pretty comfortable.
And the Tigers with the 1st and 10. Right back to the well. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Red pass, it's complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He got it. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
And I like it. 3rd down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Safe completion on the screen. Looking for the end zone. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Chuck it away just as he was hit. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Tigers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They'll leave it with him. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. I think it's fair to say Dabo Swinney was slow to adopt the transfer portal, yet his teams continued to win, and last year a late season push gave them the ACC crown.
Yeah, late season push, but here's the thing. They've got the ingredients to look like the Clemson late of old teams. They got the quarterback solidified, the receivers, the weapons. So this is a team, Jesse, it's going to be flirting with the college football playoff again. Also going to look more like the old Clemson teams to me.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see Cade Klubnik this year. I know his career up to this point has been a little bit up and down, really finished off last season strong. This is the year for him to take the next step. And if he does that, there's no question in my mind we'll see this team back in the playoff.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Big third down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Throws to the wideout. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down after the rare drop from this dude.
That's just not the start you're expecting to see from this guy. Obviously, it's a big game. There's a lot of pressure. The crowd is loud, but we've seen 2 drops in the first quarter from this guy. He's got to crank it up.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Off the play fake on first down. Looking deep. Brings it in down the left side. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Here's the pressure. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give is to Williams. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Makes the grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Williams. Still on his feet at the 35. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And the Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. He'll sneak it. Clemson set up with another first down. Motion from the back. Scanning the field, it's Klubnik. Fires complete on the crosser. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Gives it on the option. Brought down at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. It'll be a first down.
His versatility. He's not just good running the ball, but he can catch and he can block. And you think about all the greats they've had at the position in recent years. Versatility at the running back position, being an every down back. And that's exactly what this guy embodies.
There he headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Now, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
To add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Lucas. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Grabbed behind the line. It's Robinson. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
And the Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The give is to Williams. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Got his man downfield. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Got it behind the line. It's Pittman. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
It's been a nice drive by this offense so far, and now this quarterback is faced with a critical third down in the red zone, trailing by a couple of possessions. If they're able to capitalize here, get this first down, score a touchdown on this drive, this game takes on a completely different feel. So this just feels like a massive moment in this game.
They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on, bottling him up. That's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. He's got an open man. Finds a seam. The 10. Touchdown, Clemson. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
Try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap it off by saying so much for bad field position, a 91-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to pass. It's Castellanos. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field. They're trying to make it happen, but the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Wants to bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
All right, well, the quarterback's showing you he is human after all. Finally throws an incompletion, and not just that, after a couple completions back-to-back-to-back, almost throws a pick.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Clemson will send the punt team out. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And nice job by the defense. The quarterbacks had some good success running the football. All eyes on him. They were locked in. They had nowhere to go with the football, and I like it. They finished the run with a nice physical tackle, get an extra lick on that QB.
The Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Under fire. Rushes on him. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
The Seminoles decide to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Grabbed behind the line, it's Brown. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
At the 22. 3rd down coming up.
The Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes a grab on the shot. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on 2nd. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Randall. He goes out of bounds right at the 30. Good pickup on that one.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
On the move, it's Haynes. Turning it on. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red inside the 5. They'll punch this in and get a touchdown.
Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. They're working that left side. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers!
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. An 84-yard drive there. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
The Seminoles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. The give is to Williams. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Castellanos. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Got enough for the first. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Williams. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Man, this quarterback is having a 1st half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. This guy is just wearing them out. Another 1st down, already has a couple of touchdowns in the 1st half, David.
He has been a problem for this defense. And if I'm this offense, I'm going to continue to feature him. He's winning his matchups. I'm going to find him. It's just the 1st half, and he's already had himself a full game's worth of stats.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Klubnik. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the 1st half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And it's no good. He missed it. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that 1st half. And the undisputed star of the half has been that lockdown corner. The coaches told us how good he was, but I almost think they undersold how impactful he would be. Ultra physical with zero hesitation, and with hands like that, I wonder if they don't think about using him in the passing game at some point. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. He makes the grab. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. Trying to make magic with his feet. At the 45 on his way. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offensive success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
Wide open downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Now the play fake. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They're really he's starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Castellanos. Gets it out quickly. Sometimes it's easy for the receiver to get lost running a drag through all that traffic, Jesse.
Yeah, and this is a receiver too, Reese, who's dangerous once he has the football in his hands. So I like the idea on offense of trying to get this guy the ball quickly to see what he can do once he has it.
And the Noles are facing 3rd and inches. Surging forward on the sneak. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's White. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
The Noles now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's White. And he won't quite get there. But, boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. And the Seminoles lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. They'll run the sneak for it.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he's got some space.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
The Seminoles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake. Looking down the middle. Complete downfield. All kinds of room to the right. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
The extra point is good, but the lead is still big, down 31-7.
That makes the score Clemson 31, Florida State 7.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Second down.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward. Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Hauls it in. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Fires to the middle. Got his man on the right. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
If you're going to attack and have success against man coverage, then you've got to have great timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Really nice rapport. You could tell these two have been spending a lot of time this offseason throwing to one another.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Randall. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Quickly complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick strike complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things. It makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always open. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. Got it set up on the outside. Touchdown, Clemson! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. From the gun, the running back has it. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. To throw, it's Castellanos. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. Wants to return it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop.
Tigers will take over. 1st and 10.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds his big tight end. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the ground game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Williams. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Off play action on 1st down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Got it in the middle. It's Moore. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. The Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. He'll keep it on the sneak.
The defense just can't seem to find a way to get off the field. That time, QB sneak for the first down. They need a turnover or something to try to generate some momentum.
This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
This senior shows some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Caught behind the line. It's Brown. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They just keep firing. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Got his man quickly. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A 3rd down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down.
Coming up, 4th down.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. Never a doubt. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Creates a little room. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Throws for the tight end. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Under fire. Had to throw it before he wanted. Another incompletion on third down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
On fourth down, going to the air. Caught over the middle. It's White. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Fires to the big fella. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Took a shot as he threw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs. This offense has it with really good field position. To the air, it's Klubnik. Unloads to the right. He's got it. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got the tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Randall. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. He'll pull it on the read. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Bringing the heat. Grabbed behind the line, it's Thomas. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
And the Noles line up to punt it away. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the 2nd half, and it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. From the gun. Give on the inside. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Clemson set up with another 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up. just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Offense facing fourth down.
So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. It is good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Williams. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
To the air, it's Castellanos. Got him downfield. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now, and they may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Smashes ahead. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
And the Seminoles will line it up on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. Makes the grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And I love QBs that understand when they need to put some extra sauce on the football. You see your guys sit down in the zone, running a curl, boom, fire that puppy to him, get it on him now so he can catch it before he gets destroyed. Nice job by the QB putting a little extra sauce on it.
The Noles with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. On the ground with the counter. Runs through a tackle. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Finds his big tight end. Trying to rumble in. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Delivers the stiff arm. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line.
1st and 10.
Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the 1st down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Looks as if Clemson will have the 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38.